Have you ever felt tired after eating and thought lying down for a few minutes was harmless? What if that simple habit was silently damaging your health? And why haven't hospitals warned us about these everyday risks? An 86-year-old neurologist has come forward with a shocking revelation: 5 common post-meal habits that many people do without a second thought could be quietly increasing their risk of stroke, cancer, and other serious illnesses. These aren't rare or complex behaviors. They're things many of us do every day, and yet they're rarely discussed in medical offices or health brochures. In this video, we'll reveal these 5 post-meal mistakes that this seasoned doctor believes separate those who enjoy a vibrant, active life well into their 90s and 100s from those who struggle with preventable health issues. The best part? These aren't expensive treatments or complicated routines. They're small changes, easy to start today, that could make a massive impact on your long-term well-being. Let's dive into the first one: lying down right after eating. This is one of the most common habits people fall into, especially after a satisfying meal. You've just had lunch or dinner, and naturally, you feel like relaxing. Resting for a while sounds like a good idea. But is it really? When you lie flat immediately after eating, gravity no longer helps your digestive system do its job properly. This can lead to a buildup of stomach acid and result in acid reflux, where the acid travels back up into your esophagus. Over time, this repeated disruption in digestion may contribute to more serious health concerns that many people never link to this simple post-meal routine. This seemingly simple habit can do more damage than most people realize. Heartburn isn't just an occasional discomfort, it's often a warning sign. Walter, an 81-year-old man, shared his experience. For years, he had a routine of reclining in his favorite chair right after dinner, believing it helped him relax. But over time, he began noticing a bitter taste rising in his throat and a burning sensation in his chest that made it difficult to sleep at night. When he finally spoke to his doctor, the truth became clear. That relaxing habit was working against him. His reclined posture after meals was allowing stomach acid to rise back into his esophagus. Once he committed to sitting upright for at least 30 minutes after eating, the change was almost immediate. His heartburn faded, his sleep improved, and overall, he began to feel noticeably better. But the effects go far beyond just heartburn. Chronic acid reflux can lead to long-term damage of the esophageal lining, and in more serious cases, it may even raise the risk of certain cancers. Additionally, poor digestion forces your body to work harder, which can negatively affect your circulation, raise your blood pressure, and increase your stroke risk. Lying down too soon after a meal also leaves you feeling sluggish. Why? Because your body is trying to rest and digest at the same time, and it doesn't handle both tasks well simultaneously. When you give your body the proper posture and time, it rewards you with better digestion, improved circulation, and a feeling of balance. Taking just a little time to sit upright after a meal may seem minor, but over the years, this small effort can translate into long-term health benefits. It's a simple act of self-care that helps you stay energized, sleep better, and reduce serious risks as you age. Drinking too much cold water after meals is another habit that might seem harmless at first glance. Yet, this one can also quietly disrupt your digestion and overall well-being. Drinking a cold glass of water right after a meal is something many people do without thinking. It feels refreshing, especially after enjoying a hot dish. But what most people don't realize is that this seemingly harmless habit can quietly interfere with digestion in ways that build up over time. When you drink very cold water immediately after eating, it can cause the fats in your food to solidify. That may not sound serious at first, but when those fats harden, your body has to work much harder to break them down. This puts unnecessary strain on your digestive system, making the process slower and less efficient. Carol, a 79-year-old woman, shared her experience. For years, she enjoyed a big glass of ice water with dinner. It was part of her routine, but she began noticing that after meals, she often felt bloated and uncomfortable, as if the food just sat in her stomach. It didn't feel right. Her doctor suggested a simple switch: Try drinking room temperature water or a warm herbal tea instead. Curious, Carol gave it a try. To her surprise, the bloated, heavy feeling disappeared. Her digestion felt smoother, and her meals began to leave her feeling nourished instead of weighed down. But it's not just about temporary discomfort. When cold liquids slow digestion, your body may struggle to absorb important nutrients from your food. Over time, this can lead to deficiencies that drain your energy, weaken your immune system, and even impact the health of your heart and brain. What seems like a minor choice, cold water versus warm, can have ripple effects throughout your body. These subtle habits, when repeated daily, can either support your well-being or quietly chip away at it. Isn't it worth considering which direction your daily routines are taking you? Because your digestive system is so closely linked to circulation, anything that disrupts digestion can also affect your blood flow. When your stomach is forced to work harder than it should, like when it's trying to break down food slowed by cold water, it can place added strain on your entire system. This added effort may subtly impact your circulation, potentially raising your risk of conditions like high blood pressure or even stroke over time. But the solution isn't to stop drinking with meals altogether. Instead, it's about being mindful of temperature. Choosing room temperature water, warm water, or a mild herbal tea can support your digestive system, helping it operate the way it was designed to. This small adjustment makes it easier for your body to process fats, absorb nutrients, and carry those essential elements where they're needed, especially to your heart and brain. By making this one simple shift, you're not just easing digestion in the moment. You're protecting your long-term health in powerful ways. The beauty of this change is how easy it is to implement. Choosing a warmer beverage after eating takes little effort, but over time, the benefits can be substantial. It's one of those quiet, consistent habits that says, "I'm taking care of myself today, so I'll be stronger tomorrow." If you've been watching up to this point and are finding this information helpful, I invite you to type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos. Your support helps us keep sharing valuable tips that empower you to take control of your health. Now, let's move on. The next habit might come as a surprise. Taking a walk immediately after eating. When you walk immediately after eating, your body is forced to split its energy between two major tasks, digesting your food and fueling your muscles. The result? Neither task is performed as efficiently as it could be. Your stomach may struggle to break down the meal properly, while your muscles might not receive the blood flow and energy they need to function at their best. Frank, a 74-year-old gentleman, shared his story. He had built a routine of walking around his neighborhood right after dinner, thinking he was doing something good for his health. But instead of feeling energized, he often experienced stomach cramps and found himself short of breath much faster than he expected. He couldn't quite figure out why staying active was making him feel worse. After discussing it with his doctor, Frank was advised to wait at least 30 minutes after eating before going for a walk. Once he made that adjustment, the difference was striking. His digestion improved, the cramping stopped, and his walks became more enjoyable. Even his overall energy levels felt steadier. What was happening behind the scenes? Right after a meal, your body naturally directs more blood to your stomach to support digestion. But if you begin exercising right away, your muscles begin demanding that same blood supply, setting up a competition. This internal tug-of-war can disrupt digestion, cause discomfort, and over time, may even lead to issues like reflux or decreased nutrient absorption. The great news is that you don't need to give up your post-meal walk entirely. You simply need to give your body a chance to do what it was designed to do. Sitting upright, doing gentle stretches, or simply relaxing in a comfortable chair for about 30 minutes allows digestion to get underway. Then, when you do go for that walk, your body will be ready to support both movement and digestion effectively. And perhaps you've already noticed it yourself, or a family member has pointed it out, that uncomfortable feeling during or after a walk, or the need to cut your stroll short. Sometimes it's the little timing adjustments that make all the difference. Experiencing cramps or feeling unusually tired after a walk or meal might seem like minor annoyances. But these subtle signals could be your body's way of telling you that a simple change in timing could make a world of difference. By paying attention and making that shift, like waiting a bit before walking, you're not only helping your digestion, but you're also supporting your heart, your brain, and your overall well-being. These small adjustments might seem insignificant in the moment, but they truly add up over time. When you consistently allow your body the space it needs to digest properly, you're protecting your long-term health. You're giving your system the best chance to function as it should, efficiently, comfortably, and without unnecessary strain. And over weeks, months, and years, that can mean fewer health issues, more energy, and greater peace of mind after every meal. Another important habit to examine, perhaps the most harmful one to avoid after eating, is smoking a cigarette. For many smokers, lighting up right after a meal feels like a way to relax. It becomes part of their post-meal routine, something that feels comforting after a good dish. But what many don't realize is just how dangerous that timing really is. When you smoke immediately after eating, your digestive system is fully engaged. Blood circulation increases around your stomach. Your body is absorbing nutrients, and your organs are working hard to process the meal. This heightened activity means the toxic chemicals from tobacco are absorbed more rapidly and more deeply into your system. As a result, the harm done by smoking is amplified during this time, increasing the risk to your heart, lungs, and other vital organs. Leonard, now 80, shared his experience. For decades, he enjoyed a cigarette after dinner. He said it gave him a sense of calm, like a moment to pause and digest. But over the years, he developed a stubborn cough, frequent indigestion, and noticed his energy fading. His doctor made it clear the issue wasn't just that he smoked, it was when he smoked. Doing it right after meals was making an already risky habit even more damaging. When Leonard finally made the decision to stop his post-meal cigarette, with steady support from his family and encouragement from his doctor, he noticed some remarkable changes. His digestion improved, that constant cough began to ease, and day by day, he felt stronger and more energized. It was a small shift in habit, but one that had a big impact on how his body responded after meals. What's important to understand here is that smoking is always harmful. But when it's done right after eating, the risks climb significantly. During digestion, your body increases blood flow to your stomach and other organs to help break down and absorb nutrients. That same increase in circulation also allows the toxins from cigarette smoke to be absorbed more rapidly and delivered directly to critical areas: your heart, lungs, and brain. The result? A much higher risk of serious conditions, including cancer, stroke, heart attacks, and long-term digestive complications. The good news is, even small steps matter. Simply delaying that cigarette after a meal can reduce some of the added risk. And of course, making the decision to quit altogether brings the greatest long-term health benefits. Sometimes family members may voice their concern or gently encourage you to reconsider. Not out of judgment, but out of love and genuine care for your well-being. They want to see you healthy, strong, and able to enjoy the moments that matter most. And remember, every step forward counts, whether you're cutting back gradually, choosing to delay a little longer each time, or actively seeking support to quit. You're making a powerful choice for your health. Those choices, though small in the moment, build momentum. They help restore your confidence, protect your organs, and improve how you feel day after day. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, type number 4 in the comments to let me know you're still with us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any future content that's designed to inform, empower, and inspire you toward better health. Now, let's look at one final habit, one that might seem completely harmless, but can quietly interfere with digestion. Loosening your belt or waistband after eating. Loosening your waistband after eating might seem like a simple, harmless gesture, just something you do to feel more comfortable after a big meal. But surprisingly, this small act can quietly influence your health over time in ways you might not expect. After enjoying a hearty meal, it's natural to feel a bit full. Many people instinctively loosen their belt or waistband, hoping to relieve that tight sensation. But here's the hidden issue. Doing this may signal to your body that you've eaten beyond what's comfortably full. It can subtly reinforce the habit of overeating, while also placing extra strain on your digestive system. Although it feels like you're giving your stomach more room, loosening your waistband can actually encourage poor posture. When your body slouches or collapses forward, digestion slows down. It becomes harder for your stomach to efficiently process what you've just eaten, which may lead to sluggishness, bloating, or even discomfort that lingers for hours. Gerald, a 76-year-old man, shared that he had always loosened his belt after dinner. To him, it was just a small way to relax and feel less constricted. But over time, he started to notice that after nearly every meal, he felt heavy, bloated, and tired. His doctor helped him connect the dots. The habit of loosening his waistband, combined with eating just a little too much, was putting unnecessary pressure on his digestive system. Once Gerald began making some changes, eating smaller, more balanced portions, and keeping his posture upright while maintaining a comfortably fitted waistband, he noticed a dramatic difference. His digestion improved, the bloating faded, and he no longer felt weighed down after meals. This habit matters more than most people realize. When you loosen tight clothing after eating, you might be ignoring or even overriding the body's natural fullness cues. Over time, that can lead to consistently eating more than you need. And repeated overeating can contribute to long-term problems like unwanted weight gain, heartburn, high blood pressure, and even metabolic conditions such as diabetes. Add in poor posture, and the impact multiplies. Being aware of this subtle trigger allows you to take back control. It's not about keeping yourself uncomfortable. It's about listening to your body, supporting your digestion, and making choices that help you feel your best after every meal. Loosening your clothing after a meal might feel like a quick way to relieve discomfort, but it can actually work against your body's natural digestive process. When you relax your waistband or unbutton tight pants, it may signal to your body that you've gone beyond a healthy level of fullness. This small action can slow digestion and even increase the likelihood of acid reflux, especially if you're sitting or reclining afterward. The encouraging news is that small, thoughtful changes can make a big difference. Choosing to wear clothing that fits comfortably, especially around mealtimes, can help you stay more in tune with your body's internal cues. When you're not distracted by tightness or discomfort, you're more likely to notice when you've eaten just enough. Eating slowly, savoring your food, and stopping when you feel satisfied, not stuffed, are simple steps that go a long way toward protecting your digestive health. Sometimes, family members may gently point out that you seem to overeat or that you're constantly adjusting your clothes after a meal. These comments might feel personal at first, but they usually come from a place of genuine care. They're subtle reminders to check in with your habits, because often it's the people closest to us who notice the patterns we miss. By making small adjustments, you create space to feel more comfortable, reduce digestive discomfort, and set yourself up for long-term wellness. It's not about restriction or discipline, it's about listening to your body and giving it what it needs to thrive. Paying attention to how you eat and how your body feels afterward can build a stronger connection to your well-being. Over the years, these little choices add up. They can help you stay active, confident, and in control of your health. Each meal becomes more than just nourishment. It becomes an opportunity to practice self-care in a quiet, powerful way. As we come to the end of this video, I invite you to reflect on these 5 everyday habits we've explored. Which ones have you been doing without realizing their impact? Which one of these habits surprised you the most? Was it discovering that something as simple as the temperature of your drink could influence digestion? Or perhaps it was learning that taking a walk too soon after eating might actually work against your body's natural rhythm. Maybe you never considered that loosening your belt could be a subtle signal that you've eaten more than your body truly needed. Sometimes it's the tiniest details, things we do automatically, that carry the biggest impact. The encouraging part is this: every small, intentional change you make supports your heart, protects your brain, and strengthens your overall well-being. These aren't complicated medical strategies. They're thoughtful, practical choices you can begin applying right now, without needing any special equipment or dramatic lifestyle overhauls. Whether it's sitting upright after a meal, opting for a warm beverage, giving yourself a little extra time before heading out for a walk, stepping away from a post-meal cigarette, or simply becoming more aware of when you feel full, each of these small actions has the power to improve how you feel today and support your health in the years to come. We'd love to hear from you. What's one insight from today's video that resonated with you? Is there a habit you're planning to adjust? Or perhaps there's someone in your life who could benefit from hearing this too. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your stories not only inspire us, but may also encourage others who are on a similar journey. Reading your comments gives us motivation and energy to keep creating meaningful content, so please take a moment to let us know what stood out to you and how you plan to use it in your daily routine. Your voice matters, and we truly appreciate every message you share. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs, empowers, and uplifts. Wishing you good health, lasting happiness, and peace in your life. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our future videos.